It's fall, y'all, and for this girl, that means pumpkin spice. We're going to be making a French toast casserole that can't be beat, and this one you can even make the night before and bake the next morning, so it's super easy to prep ahead. If you're looking for the perfect breakfast for those weekend mornings or for any Thanksgiving breakfast, we've got you. So your ingredients are super simple. You're going to grab a loaf of cinnamon raisin bread and cube that up. You're going to want a cup and a half of milk, 5 eggs, a cup of canned pumpkin, a teaspoon and a half of pumpkin pot spice, some vanilla, about a quarter cup to a half cup of brown sugar. You can adjust that to however sweet you would like it to be, or if you don't want it that sweet, you can leave that out. And then you want just a tiny pinch of salt just to enhance that flavor a little bit. You can adjust this recipe with your flavorings however you would like to. But the first thing you're going to do is take that loaf of bread and you're going to cut it into strips. You're going to want to use a serrated knife for this. I was going to use my electric knife, but I realized it was broken. But you're going to cut that into strips to begin with. I used about half the loaf of bread to begin with. And then just turn that 90 degrees and cut those strips into cubes. And the serrated knife does that pretty easily. And then just drop those into a greased casserole dish. And you can grease that with butter or you can grease it with just cooking spray. You're going to repeat that with the remainder of your loaf. And if you don't like cinnamon raisin bread, you can just use regular cinnamon bread. I just like the raisins in there because it just adds a little something extra. So then you are going to crack your eggs on a flat surface into your bowl. The reason you do that is that is going to reduce contamination from the outside of the egg getting into the inside of the egg. And so you always want to crack your eggs on a flat surface and not on the side of your bowl. So then you are going to wash those eggy hands and then sanitize the area where you were cracking those eggs. And then you're going to whisk your eggs by themselves to begin with, just to make sure that all those yolks get broken up well and that you don't have any chunkies in there. Then we're going to add the pumpkin and whisk that in. This is going to, adding these things in one at a time is just going to make sure that this batter that we're adding in there is going to be nice and smooth. So we're going to whisk that in until it's very, very smooth. Then add your pumpkin pie spice and your vanilla. And I'm using a Madagascar vanilla bean paste. It's the Nielsen Massey and it is amazing. And then you're just going to add your milk in and whisk that in. And by doing this in the order that I've done it, it's going to come together a lot smoother and you're not going to have chunks that you're having to work out in the process. So we're going to add a little brown sugar in and then a pinch of salt as well. Like I mentioned, you don't have to add the brown sugar in if you don't want it as sweet, but we wanted a little bit more of a desserty feel, so this is a perfect way to add a little bit of that. So then you're going to pour this over top of your bread and then you're going to press it down with your gloved hand. You don't want to move it around too much because you'll kind of dissolve your bread in that mixture. So you do want to be gentle with this, but you do want to kind of mix it up a little bit to make sure that that mixture gets mixed into every single bit of the bread. We do want to make sure that this completely gets soaked in there. And you want to let it soak for 2 to 3 minutes before placing in the oven, to make sure that we've got more of that mixture in the bread than is surrounding the bread so that we don't end up with more of like the custard surrounding the bread. You can also cover it overnight at this stage and bake it the next morning so that you can do all your prep work ahead of time. And this takes about 20 to 25 minutes to bake, like I mentioned, and it comes out looking like this. It's not a very dry casserole. It ends up tasting really amazing. It has those perfect fall flavors and it makes my heart happy because pumpkin spice is my love language. If you guys decide to try this out, please let us know in the comments. And I also wanted to mention again, we have these 2 membership levels that we would love to have you join. We are also getting very close to our 1,000 subscribers and our watch hours that we would need to get monetized. So if you are not able to join our membership levels, subscribing is a great way to help help us out with growing our channel. So please hit that subscribe button and keep on subscribing and commenting. Share these videos out to your friends, and we will see you next week.